But here's what I am convinced of. Every single one of you are hearing his voice. Follow me, and it will transform you. If you willingly accept this and say, God, I want to pursue you. I want to be covered in the dust from your feet. God, I want to follow you so closely. And it's going to be hard, but can I tell you, I'm so glad that the psalmist keeps going here and tells you it's also going to be good. In fact, in the very next verses we're looking at, verse 6 and 7 from Psalm 84, listen to how hard, but how good it is for those following him. It says this, it says, as they, that's the pilgrims, those who have set their hearts on pilgrimage, as they pass through the valley of weeping. What? They will make it a place of springs. The autumn rains. Oh. Also cover it with pools. They go from strength to strength till each appears before God in Zion. Like they're pressing all the way into the presence of God himself. This is cool. Listen, our tears become springs of new life. And these rains falling on us actually become pools for refreshment if we are on pilgrimage. Have you ever faced these things? Have you ever gone through the valley of weeping and you were not on a pilgrimage? Have you ever just been in a season where it's just raining on you and it's autumn? God, that was winter stuff. Should not be raining on me. But you're just like being rained on and you're not on a pilgrimage? This doesn't just ruin your day. Like people get stuck there. Like you're not moving through the valley of weeping. You're just like in the valley of weeping. But that's not where God calls us to. In fact, you can just see right here two very distinct things that I want to point out to you. That we are to go through the valley of weeping. In other words, God's saying, this is not your destination. This is not the finish line. But as you're pursuing me, you will go through hard things. Those are to mature you, to grow you, to shape you into my image. But you go through them. And we've all heard the phrase, if you're going through hell, keep going. Right? That is the spirit of pilgrimage, of following after God. Yes, I will go through hard things, but they are to be for new life and for refreshing. Then there's this other thing that kind of helps us identify, oh, this is what a pilgrimage looks like. He says you go from strength to strength. What does that mean? Like the older I get, the stronger I get? Maybe not physically. But you know what it's saying? A couple of verses ago, we read in verse 5, right before that pilgrimage line, he said, blessed are those whose strength is in you. Amen. Do you know what happens on a pilgrimage? As the farther you go and the closer you are following after him and his presence, you begin to realize that this life that I'm leading is not led in my own strength. That literally, blessed means I'm blessed when my strength is in you. Like as I pilgrimage, as I move as a pilgrim, however you say that, as I follow Jesus and pursue his presence, strength to strength, like I keep growing stronger because I am more reliant on you today, Jesus, than I was yesterday. Now, I learned things in that last valley of weeping. I learned things on that last mountain peak that I had to go over. I learned things to trust you more, to rely on your strength. You will give me all the energy, all the strength, all that I need to complete this journey fully intact and fully in your presence. And then we finish with this. Such an amazing reminder about the passion involved as we pursue him. Because the author says this, it's in verses 10 and 11. It says, better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than dwell in the tents of the wicked. For the Lord is a sun and shield. The Lord bestows favor and honor. No good thing does he withhold from those whose walk is blameless, whose pursuit is blameless. Go ahead and just keep that up there, Angie. I want to talk about this. He provides this really stark contrast to show how passionate he is about this idea of pilgrimage and pursuing God. One is time and one is position. It starts out, better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere. He's saying here, like, I don't care. You could put me anywhere. You could put me in the nicest resort in the world. And Kelly's like, bring it on, baby. Okay, I'm with you. He says, and you could put me there for the rest of my life. He says, I would give that up in a heartbeat for just one day in your presence. Like, the comparison is not even close. If I could just spend that moment with you, knowing that I am right here with you, Jesus, it is better than thousands of those moments, thousands of days, anywhere else. And then he goes even further. Like, I'd rather be a doorkeeper. I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the house of God than dwell in the tents of the wicked. And again, he's showing this big contrast. He's saying, like, no matter what the world would offer me. Like when he says the tents of the wicked, you can just imagine, like, I am hanging out with people who can provide me anything I want. Fame, worldly relationship, all the sex I can handle, the drogas, the booze, the party, the influence. I can't believe how many followers I've got. Look at me. It's like everything the world could offer. And he says, in comparison to being in the presence of God, he said, I would give up all position, all influence. If I could just hold the door open for Jesus. And I love that picture because, when I'm holding the door open for Jesus, he's just walking right by me. I'm just this close to him. He is so passionate about this. But why? What is the root of the passion? Is there anything in it for me, Lord? Yeah, there is. Because what does he say here? He says, for the Lord is a sun and shield, meaning he's going to bring light to everything that's dark. He's a shield. He's going to protect you. He's going to protect your soul, your heart, your mind. And then he goes on. The Lord bestows favor and honor. Right? Those who are humble, those who say, man, I'll just be a doorkeeper here, Lord. I'm just a humble servant. Oh, man, I'm going to honor you. I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to give you more influence and position. Maybe you can feel you can handle. And then I love this phrase, no good thing does he withhold. Nothing. Nothing. Everything that your soul really craves, like real love, care, grace, purpose, everything is yours. It's yours. I will withhold nothing from you. Everything you need and more. I've created it for you. I want to give it to you. And then he finishes with these words are like, oh, maybe this counts me out. Because he says, no good thing does he withhold from those whose walk is blameless. And we just realize, we look in our lives, we look in the mirror, and we go, God, I've tried, I'm trying, but I know that I'm not blameless. Right? You and me both, we look at ourselves and we see blame. I've got this wrong. I have not stayed locked on in my pursuit of you. I've veered to the left or right. I've been, maybe even right now, you're in a season where you go, man, I'm just not on that trail. There's very little Jesus dust on me right now. A lot of other dust. Not Jesus. But here's what we all need to be reminded of. Blameless does not mean perfect. You know what blameless means? Forgiven. Forgiven. Just forgiven. Because you know what Jesus did when he went to the cross? He took your blame upon himself. Man, something that the author of Psalms would have only longed for, we now get to experience. You can say, I am blameless before Christ because his blood has washed my sin. When he shed his blood on the cross, it was for me. I am blameless before God. And can I just tell you, if that has not been your experience yet, can I just say and invite you, like the very first step of your pilgrimage is receiving his forgiveness. You are washed clean. You're not walking in blame. This pilgrimage is not a walk of shame for you. I'm trying to just make right all the things I got wrong in my life. No, he made them right. He has cleansed, washed you clean, and now calls you his own. Follow me. Follow me. And there's only one response that I believe that he deems acceptable. I'm coming. I'm coming, Lord. I'm coming, Lord. Because better is one day in your house than 1,000 elsewhere. Let's pray.